Hey everybody, Crypto Mentor 99. How you doing? Hey, I've got Andrew of LocalCoinSwap. Andrew's one of the admin people, and we've been talking the last week or so, and we're like, man, we got to do a video. So Andrew, welcome to the channel.
Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
So,
Should be some good fun.
yeah, we'll go about 20 minutes or so, and we talked a little bit last night. And I always like to start off the interviews with basically just asking people, like, how did you get involved in cryptocurrency, or when did you first hear about it? Did you understand it? And maybe we'll just kind of start there, Andrew, if that's okay.
So, look, I sort of found Bitcoin a long time ago, before I knew what to do with it. I got rid of it and heard about it a little bit, probably about 5 years ago now, and got involved in investing since, and really sort of like the adoption side of things and getting new people into crypto and making it easy for them, try and make them feel welcome, really.
Wow. So do you remember what year you first heard of cryptocurrency, or like Bitcoin, or?
First time I ever had Bitcoin would be 2009.
Whoa. Now, we talked on the pre-interview yesterday. There was a gentleman that I met on my my second cryptocurrency road trip in the United States. He, like you, first bought Bitcoin in 2009. So you two guys are the earliest people that I've ever met personally that bought in 2009. That's crazy.
Yeah, I unfortunately also sold in 2009, so I'm no millionaire.
So what did you like about, like, when you first heard about like Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, or like, what was the first thing, or one of the first things maybe, that grabbed your attention? Like, you know what, this could be the future, or, I need to start reading about this, or I need to, I don't know anything about it. Like, what was it about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency where you're like, man, I got to learn about this?
Yeah, well, look, right in the beginning, I didn't know what it was. There was basically no information out there about what it could do, its potential. There was certainly no real altcoins that you could, alternatively use. So I had a little bit of a lay-down period where I didn't have anything to do with crypto after sort of 09, and then got back into it probably around 2012, 13.
Wow.
Somewhere around there, and I've, started doing my research and working out that, hang on, this has actually got real case.
Yeah.
It can be a real world changer and change the way we think and do things and the way governments operate, etc. So
Sure. So, like, I know in my daily life, no one knows anything about cryptocurrencies, and I didn't talk to you yesterday during the pre-interview or whatever, but this may seem a little surprising to people, but the only people that know that I have a YouTube channel are obviously my wife, my 3 adult children, and maybe 1 or 2 friends of mine. Because every time I bring it up to people, they either don't like it, tell me to stay away from it, so I'd just rather not have the conversation with them. But Andrew, in your world, in your day to day or week to week or month to month, like, are there some friends that you have that you talk to about cryptocurrencies?
I try. I've got a bit of a sort of a way around things lately that I think we're sort of making a mistake with cryptocurrency, calling it cryptocurrency. If you think about calling it digital currency, everyone's got a digital phone, a digital watch, a digital TV. They have no problems using it. If you open a newspaper and want to do a cryptic crossword, you say, that's too hard, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I think people have got that same mindset because we're calling it crypto. It's an encrypted, too hard to understand, walk away, it's easier to say no. Digital currency, on the other hand, I think would be a lot better way of introducing it to new people. Look, we're never going to get rid of the name crypto. It's been used for far too long now.
Yeah.
But I just think in the adoption, advertising, etc., we need to maybe look at using digital currency because it is a word accepted by the people that don't know about crypto.
Wow, that's interesting. I like that. Wow. When did you think about that? Back in...
Only sort of came to me a couple of weeks ago, just doing one of my podcasts. I was talking about something and it just popped into my head that this actually could be, part of the reason for the brick walls you hit when you do speak to people about crypto. They all think that, it's too hard or you're trying to scam them or it's all just a big hoax. Because it's easier for the human brain to say that's what it is than actually take something on board and learn and listen. So, yeah.
Interesting. So let's kind of transition now into our favorite subject, LocalCoinSwap. So I'll tell you my first story about it, or just to get it on the videotape here, or my YouTube channel, which I think I've said one time before. I don't even know what date, but it must have been 2018. And I forget when. I was in bed on my laptop. My laptop's propped up on my pillow, and I came across LocalCoinSwap. And I started reading the white paper, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And this is the way I kind of say it. I'm like, wow, after all the bills are paid, they're going to give 100% of whatever that chunk is back to the token holders. I'm like, I've never heard of that. So my claim to fame is, if I have a claim to fame, I got a hold of Tom Underwood, and I did the first video for LocalCoinSwap with Tom back in the day, sometime maybe early 2018. Bought in at the, pre-ICO or ICO, I forget which. And then I was on Telegram a lot, and then life just kind of took over, and I wasn't really that active. And now the last month, I'm back on Telegram with LocalCoinSwap, and I'm having a blast, and that's how we met.
Yeah, that's right. Look, your videos are known in the LocalCoinSwap arena.
So
everyone knows Crypto Mental 99. Don't worry about that.
Unfortunately, yeah. So tell everybody. So 2009, you got Bitcoin. 2012 or 13, you're like, wow, I want to revisit cryptocurrencies again. And then tell us your LocalCoinSwap story, like how you heard about it or read about it and what got you interested in it, Andrew.
So, yeah, the way I found it was how I usually find projects that I end up interested in, and that's researching another coin. I stumbled across it by accident one day, and it was probably pre-ICO, before I sort of did anything. I think I registered for pre-sale and didn't actually pull the trigger.
Okay.
And I ended up getting an email from, it was Daniel or Nathan, one of the boys, I can't remember which, asking me, if I was interested in the ICO. And it was a really lovely letter. Now, I've never had a project do that. That's not a scam, For a developer to contact the community, I just thought, this is fantastic. The community spirit was just brilliant, and what they stood for as a project. So I invested in the ICO, became active on Telegram sort of from then, and have been since. Became a LCS ambassador. Great initiative by Kevin, our relationship manager, to start that. There's 10 of us out there spreading the word of LCS, and just recently jumped on as an admin, just a sort of voluntary role while they're doing the hard launch, etc., just to help the guys out so they can sort of be more involved with getting the product out there and working. So great community though. It's one to its own. It really is.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, what I find interesting, and I found several other people like you, Andrew, who, again, just a regular guy, jumps on Telegram, gets involved, isn't really looking for anything, and then because of, I'm not saying this is exactly the way that it happened with you, but then because of your passion, enthusiasm, LocalCoinSwap said to you, hey, would you like to be the admin? I'm not going to name the other projects, but there's 3 other, there's you, and there's two other gentlemen that I know, like yourself, that were active in their community, and then they were asked to be an admin. So that's kind of cool, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Look, Kevin is an investor as well,
Yeah.
and he's part of the project now. Same with Danny DZ that you see on Telegram. He's the same. So even the team are made up of the community to start with. So
Yeah.
it really just keeps that community thing rolling on, where the people that work there invested there to start with have been there from the beginning. It's really unique the way it works, and as you say, the chunk you get is brilliant.
Yeah, that's good. So let's talk a little bit about, and again, I'm not an expert in any of this, but let's kind of talk about the dividend that just came out or that was just announced today. So earlier in the interview, I said one of the reasons that I, among others, that I liked LocalCoinSwap is because after they pay their bills, 100% of the, that pot or that bucket gets, put back to the token holder. So correct me if I'm wrong. I saw a tweet this morning that said, and again, this is just the beginning of the beginning of the beginning of the beginning. For every 1,000 LCS tokens someone has, the first dividend of many was 2 cents, correct?
Yeah, it's a tiny amount.
Yeah.
The thing is that this dividend payment hasn't been forecast in the projections. It's got to be looked at more of a test net. So we've been in MVP. So we've been in test. The hard launch is obviously on Tuesday. And that time we were in MVP, we need to sort of test and send out the dividends to make sure in 3 months' time, it's nearly 4 months, but in the next dividend payment, everything's running smoothly. So it's part of the MVP process.
Okay.
So you just got to look at it that it's an expansion of the platform, the working product, and a little bit of a bonus to go with it. And it's a tiny amount, but it could have been done at zero, and we had to have sent out that dividend payment for a test to make sure the better payments after the hard launch and we get the volume going on the exchange, they all come through fine without any bugs.
Okay.
So it's just a test necessary.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot about the hard launch, to be honest with you. I'm a little bit embarrassed. That's next week, Tuesday, you said, right?
Yeah, 26th. Same day as the payout, the actual payout day of the dividend.
Okay. So what will happen Tuesday? I mean, will the dashboard look the same and all the other...
No, there's a massive change with the dashboard. The UI and UX are 100% changed. I haven't seen it completed, but I've seen a couple of little snippets, and pretty exciting. Like, I'm really upbeat. It's going to be so easy to use, really, really good, put together, simple, clean. I'm pumped. It's going to be great. Keep an eye on the website, guys, because it won't be long, and you'll be doing backflips.
Okay. And again, I'm probably getting a little ahead of myself. So, but I'll just throw it out there because we're recording. So June 20th, again, these are the dates as of today. They could change. But so the next dividend month, I'll just say not the day, the month is like June, September.
20th.
Yeah, and like December or something?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah, June, September, December, the 3 month. Yep.
Okay. And let's, again, we're not going to end in 3 minutes, but let's kind of end with what I was excited about, which is your podcast. So take your time. Let us know when you got the idea, how you implemented it, because I think you could be a real encouragement, Andrew, to people who are just maybe watching the video going, well, I can't be like Crypto Mentor 99. Then don't be. I can't be like Andrew, but where you are now, you had no idea a year or two ago that you would be here, correct? Like,
spot on.
Right.
I actually said that in my last podcast.
Okay.
I sort of said, well, LocalCoinSwap has actually changed my life. I know it sounds drastic, but it has. 12 months ago, I didn't have a podcast. I wouldn't have been sitting here talking with you right now. I wouldn't have had an admin tag on Telegram. What it sort of spurred onto is I sort of decided maybe a few months ago now that, again, just the whole adoption thing and community, there's nothing there for newbies coming in to get unbiased, unpaid shilled view on things. So my show is Crypto Made Easy, and what I'm aiming at doing is no payments. I will not take any coin from any project. It's all going to be there on their merit. You know, if it's a solid project, I'm happy to mention it. I'm sort of going step by step, so it'll stay relevant through the whole series in hopefully years to come. Just the basics on crypto and what to expect when you join a community and who to look out for in a community and how not to get scammed and what is Bitcoin and all the acronyms, all our funny acronyms that we all use, you know, explaining all of those and trying to do that. And look, eventually I'd love to have a platform where everyone in crypto could come and go to the beginners section and watch a Crypto Mentor 99 video or listen to a Crypto Made Easy podcast and then another section for traders, etc. So that'd be great. And just a hub for new people to come to and not be terrified and daunted of crypto. That was the idea behind it. So that's what I've started to do. It's going all right. I've got a few listeners happening there.
Well, what I love about you is, again, I'm 61 years old, and I got to be honest with you. I've met so many people in my life, even apart from cryptocurrency, that they're good people, but they always tell me what they're going to do, but they never do it. Like they have, God bless them, a lot of great ideas, but they never execute it. And I just really admire you for, again, I'm kind of being sarcastic. You woke up one day and said, I'm going to do a podcast. Like, not that you said this, but I may not be the greatest. I may not be the most talented, because that's the way I feel about me. I'm just an old guy in my basement. But you kind of put, where we say in the United States, where the rubber meets the road, you took your idea and implemented it and just didn't say, oh, well, one day I'm going to do a podcast. And like, you're out there doing it. And that's what I really appreciate about you. I really do.
Thanks, mate. It's easy when you got a head like this because you don't want it on TV too often, so you go for something audio. I'm just a middle-aged guy sitting in my garage recording podcasts, so no different to you. And that's the beauty of the crypto community. It's guys that I meet like yourself that do amazing things for the newbies in the crypto world. And look, we were all there once. People have got to remember that. You were all new once.
Hey,
no one's an expert. I'm not an expert in crypto, not by a long shot. I learn things every day. Don't you worry about that. And it blows me away, the things that can be achieved in this space. It really does.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of something. I did a video, I don't know, maybe a week or two ago, and I said, be nice to crypto newbies. I used to be one a couple of years ago. And what I found, which I hopefully my story is not unique just to me, but on Twitter and on YouTube, I found people very encouraging, very engaging. Hey, Crypto Mentor 99, ask me a question, and I just found it a really, really positive experience. And I'm hoping that other people have the same great experience, because we need everybody. It's like open arms. Again, like you said, we were all a newbie, whether it was a day ago, a month ago, a year ago. And I like to tell people, I just like to think I want to be a student and a learner my whole life,
Yeah, look, exactly. I'm a sponge. I like to call myself a sponge.
Yeah.
And that's not, I'm going to steal your money out of your pocket. That's, I'm going to listen, I'm going to learn and take everything in, because it's the only way you'll eventually be good at what you do, I think, is through research and being humble too. There's a lot of people out in the crypto world that are self-proclaimed experts and they only know best. Sorry, there's so many opinions out there, and it I don't know, it rubs me up the wrong way.
No, I know.
So that's why I try and sort of make it a bit more lighthearted, easy, friendly. Look, it's been great out there lately. Look, the bear market's been terrible, and the people that have still got the positive attitude are the ones that are going to come through a lot better off for it. Because it's why be negative? It's not going to help anybody.
Yeah.
What's it? 2 to 3% of the world use cryptocurrency at the moment. If we could get that to 10%, think about your investments then. It's simple. Why would you want to hamper that by being mean person to people. Just
No,
be
that's
friendly
awesome.
and welcome
Yeah.
them.
So let's go back to your podcast for a second. So you've had it for how long, Andrew?
I've done 7 episodes, so that's 7 weeks.
Whoa.
Just released the 7th, yeah.
Okay, so are you
So,
kind of, I mean, at least in your mind for right now today, are you kind of like one a week or so? One a
yeah,
week?
I'll generally record Wednesday night my time and have that out Thursday morning my time, so that's probably Wednesday for the rest of the world. I'm in Australia, so I live in the future. So yeah, one a week I'm aiming for, and I'll keep that going until I pretty much run out of content, which won't happen, I don't think.
And then how long, again, roughly, how long do the podcasts usually, like how long do you kind of like record? Half hour, 20 minutes, 25?
No, I keep it down. I try and keep it under 15, so it's between 10, 12, 15 minutes
Oh,
is
cool.
the longest I'll go. Just so you don't have to listen to me banging on all the time, really. I'll try and keep it pretty concise.
Yeah.
Obviously, with guests and stuff, they'll go a bit longer.
Right.
But, yeah, I'll try and keep it easy. So you can, okay, I've got a 15-minute drive.
Right.
Take the podcast on in the car and listen to it when you're driving or
Yeah.
whatever. Not everyone's got an hour to spare or half an hour to spare,
Yeah.
so I don't want to waste their time with me talking.
Well, that's the way I feel. Again, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm serious. I mean, sometimes, like, even the people that I like on YouTube, I look down at their video and it's 54 minutes. I'm like,
Nah.
not happening, Like,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I mean, I could
It's got to be
do.
pretty compelling vision to keep me going for 54 minutes, that's for sure.
Right. And then what I found, and again, I want to be positive, not negative, some of the long winded people, I mean, they're 55 minutes. You could say it in 20. I mean,
Yeah.
just kind of,
Yeah.
I don't want to say get to the point because that's not fair, but yeah, I like to keep most of my videos under 7-8 minutes.
Yeah, I'm the same. I don't like the fluffing.
Yeah.
Just keep it, because look, if I'm trying to encourage people or even teach them something, it's almost going to be dot point because that's what you remember.
Yeah.
You're not going to remember half an hour of blah blah blah, but you'll remember key points that I I make sure that I repeat and so on. So yeah, definitely worth a listen, guys. I'd love for Crypto Mentor 99's followers to jump on board and have a listen. So on all the big Apple, like
Yes.
Apple Podcast, Google Play, so Crypto Made Easy.
So I'm going to put, so you're going when we're done shortly, you're going to send me the link. I'm going to put that, Andrew, in the link below so people can find you. And let's end with this. I always end when I do interviews with the same question, and people answer it however way that they wish. So in the next minute or 2 or 3, and then we'll just kind of wrap it up, what would you, I always give the person I'm interviewing like the last word or the last say. So again, your podcast, Crypto Made Easy, awesome. LocalCoinSwap, awesome. What would you want to leave the listeners with? Either something about, and don't be bashful, something about you, something about LocalCoinSwap, something about your podcast. If you could, again, have the last word, what would you like to say?
I'll wrap them all into one. Be friendly to each other. Be positive about crypto. Listen to the podcast. Keep loving Crypto Mentor 99. LocalCoinSwap goes live in a few days, and it will change the way peer-to-peer trading is done. I'm telling you now, we'll all be sitting here in 5 years going, wow, that beast that is now LocalCoinSwap has taken over peer-to-peer trading, because it really is going to be a beast. It's the things that are in the pipeline are amazing.
No, that's great. That's great.
But yeah, look, I'm just happy to be here on the show with you, mate. It's been a blast.
Yeah, I really appreciate you. And again, every person I meet, from you to the people at, DigiByte to Litecoin, they're again, I don't want to sound all mushy. They're just sweet, kind people with integrity. And again, humble, teachable. And that's what kind of I could hardly wait to go to bed at night, to wake up in the morning, to check my phone, like, hey, who texted me, or what's going on Telegram, or what did Andrew say last night, to everybody at LocalCoinSwap. I'm digging it. I'm having a blast,
Yeah, totally agree. It could be something to do with that because we're only 2% of the population. We're looked at as strange, so we have to be friendly to each other.
Yeah, no, that's good. Well, listen, Andrew, I appreciate your skill set. I appreciate your podcast. We'll do this interview again and again and again and again in the near future. And yeah, thanks for coming on. And I really appreciate you, what you do to the local coin swap community, and for the podcast. You're not a talker, you're a doer, and I appreciate it.
Thanks, mate. Great to be here, and we'll get you on the show soon too.
Okay, see you later.
Thanks, mate. Bye.
Bye bye.